What is up, guys? This is your boy Zilla, and welcome to today's episodes. I'll be going over the fantastic co-main event matchup between Jair dos Santos and Jair Rozenstruik. Before I do that, please hit that subscribe button, also hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I make a video. And guys, let's get this because this matchup is absolutely huge. It's pretty much career defining for Jair Rozenstruik, and for Jair dos Santos, this will either make or break him as a fighter. He just suffered a knockout to a wrestler, and he got knocked out by Francis Ngannou. And I think that he has an innate ability to make comebacks and make streaks. But I think the heavyweight division, the way it's going, him and Alistair Overeem, they're just dinosaurs. And I think eventually Father Time will catch up with them both. So we'll see if Jair dos Santos can bounce back again and be arguably one of the toughest punchers in the division in Jair Rozenstruik, who is just now hitting his stride, whereas Jair dos Santos is starting to go downward in his heavyweight career. So now let's get to the fighter goals. What do these fighters need to do to win this fight and preserve their legacy? In Jair's case, make his legacy. We're going to start off with Jair Rozenstruik. He's the power puncher. He is the guy that looked pretty much unstoppable until he hit Francis Ngannou, and pretty much everybody else, he is toast. So this will be his first big time fight in the top 5. And what does he need to do to win this fight? He needs to use his power to his advantage. He's the second best power puncher in that division. Maybe Stipe has a question in there, but Jair Rozenstruik is in a class of his own with Francis Ngannou. He needs to use that. Hit him with a hard jab, stun him, and once you stun him, Father Time will pretty much do the rest. But you could also say that about Derek Lewis, and Jair dos Santos has one of the best defenses or striking defenses in the whole UFC. And to get past that, Jair Rozenstruik's going to have to hit him hard, hit him in the body, try to stop his movement because he's going to be moving around a whole lot and using a whole lot of his discipline to counter Jair Rozenstruik's power. But he's got to force him in positions where he cannot move around him, cut him off, and try to slug it out with him, and he will win the fight that way. And I think it's really just as simple as that, just cutting him off, kicking him maybe a little, mix it up a little, and most importantly, making Jair dos Santos stay in front of him and not moving him to the left or right. If he could force him to stay in front of him and stop his striking movement in Jair dos Santos, then he is going to knock him out. Just point blank period. I don't think Jair dos Santos can stand with him at all if he is standing right in front of him and can't use his agility, kicks, or movement. So then that comes to Jair dos Santos. What does he need to do to win the fight? And I think he needs to do just the opposite. Stay elusive, stay around the power, and pretty much do what Overeem did, only he can mount a little bit better offense with his kicking game to avoid the power of Jair Rozenstruik. So now let's go to some of the scenarios. What do I think is going to happen in this fight if it comes into the first round? Because this is a co-main event and it will be a 3-round fight. So in that short space of time, these heavyweights are always going to be wasting more energy since they don't have that extra 10 minutes to fight. And I think because, you have to think about Jair dos Santos likes to come out really tactical. And I think if Jair can't knock him out in the first round, then it becomes a little bit of a game favoring Jair dos Santos because he's going to pick at him. If he doesn't get hit with a big shot in that round, then I firmly believe that Jair dos Santos will win that round. But it's the second, third round where Jair makes adjustments and doesn't have to worry about stamina is what I'm worried about. So if, let's just say, Jair Rozenstruik gets wobbled, right, for the second time in his career, but he won't be hurt as bad. He can easily get back in the fight and hit Jair dos Santos with a knockout punch, where if it came backwards, Jair dos Santos has suffered so many knockouts that his body's not going to react well to handling that much power. Much like much like when he fought, Francis Ngannou, or when he fought Curry's Blades, when he stunned him, he stiffened up and he got knocked out. So it's going to be a very weird fight depending on how elusive Jair dos Santos is. And when I come to my prediction, because when you head to the second and third round, it's basically going to be more of the same. How long can Jair dos Santos survive around this bull of Jair Rozenstruik? And if I had to give a prediction, I think Jair Rozenstruik is going to knock out Jair dos Santos. I think Jair dos Santos can't stay elusive enough. And if it only really takes one punch. We saw with Overeem. We've seen it with the other fighters that Jair has touched. He knocks them out. And with that type of chin that Jair dos Santos has now, I don't know if he can stay elusive enough and be able to take the punishment enough to survive a 3-round fight against Jair Rozenstruik, and that's why I say he is going to win the fight. But guys, this has been the best Gojira in UFC news. Hit the subscribe button, also the notification bell so you're notified every time I make a video, and watch out for my UFC 252 video where I'll be covering DC versus Stipe 3, and you guys have a nice day. See y'all later.